Hello, my friends. We're talking about the 7 pillars of health. We concluded pillar number 1, which was sleep. And incidentally, these pillars of health are by no means in sequential order of importance to your health. They're just the 7 pillars that encompass all of your health. The second pillar we're talking about today is water. Um, you've heard so many different times. You know, the Earth's surface is 3/4 water. The human body is composed of 3/4 water, and the importance of water, that it is life-sustaining to not only humans but animals and plant life. A small animal cannot even live without water, some for 24, 48 hours. Humans cannot go without water. It's just a matter of days without any moisture, and your body dehydrates, and your electrolytes go crazy, and your kidneys shut down, and you die. So the importance of water for the sustaining of life, we know and are familiar with. The age of bottled water and all the information that comes with it over the last 20 years has completely changed our approach to water, how much water we should have, what kind we should drink, and we're going to go over some of those things today. The questions that we get asked, most often at Kylea, first of all, how much water am I supposed to take in? Because there is information all over the place. I've seen websites that say 1 ounce per pound. So if you weigh 180 pounds, that's 180 ounces, which is 2.5 gallons of water. Bad advice. A half ounce a pound, which is kind of a meter stick that Kylea used to use, could be a good meter stick. But what we've learned more and more is it so much depends on what your lifestyle is like. In fact, we're doing some taping here today, and my producer Richie came and watched the latter part of my workout. And when Richie first got there, as I was ending the cardiovascular part of my workout, my shirt was sopping wet. My workout shorts and everything around me was sopping wet, and I was sweating in puddles. Not a pretty sight, but the point is that I was so much liquid at that point in time that before my workouts and after my workouts, I do consume about a half a gallon of water, about 60 to 80 ounces of water, and that's just in the pre and post workout. Now, at that point in time, the way I'm sweating, that makes sense. For the rest of the day, I may only drink about 24 to 30 ounces of water. I come pretty close to that half ounce per pound. I weigh 215 pounds. I consume about 100 ounces of water. But I would strongly urge you that if you weigh, say, 150 or 180 pounds, and you are not exercising at all, if you're in a cold climate, if it's in the winter, and you're drinking, 120, 180 ounces of water a day, gallon and a half, 2 gallons of water a day, you can throw your electrolytes out of balance, and it can cause some serious health issues, significant drops or elevations in blood pressure, and so on and so forth. So you want to be very careful about the amount of water that you consume. Obviously, it's in the summer, you're working outdoors, you're sweating all the time. Replacing water is important. Now, the next question that we get asked all the time is, well, what kind of water? Their marketing is all over the place. Our extensive research here at Kylea still points to reverse osmosis. I do believe ionized water, most of it is a good thing depending on how it's done. Not a big fan of distilled water because all the minerals have been distilled out of the water. I like the naturally occurring minerals that you will still get with something like reverse osmosis. And then people ask about, well, what about the plastic that water comes in? Am I, drinking that plastic, so to speak? I haven't seen real good evidence that drinking out of plastic, that your body leaches the toxins from plastic. I would say this about plastic. As an environmental concern, if at all possible, drink your water from glass containers. Have it delivered in either a glass or plastic container, like a larger 5 or 10 gallon water dispensable thing, so that you are refilling your water with glass all day, drinking out of glass. Because, friend, I can tell you something. If you know me, when it comes to politics, I'm certainly no liberal. But when it comes to the environment, I must admit I probably do lean a little bit more to the liberal side of the political agenda, in the sense that all these plastic bottles, these millions and millions that we're going through a day, there is no place in the earth for these. Guess what, friend? They're going nowhere. And I will say this, I'm not overly concerned about plastics that you might ingest from drinking water, but I am very concerned about plastics in the soil, penetrating our water supply from the soil, and what that's doing, especially to the estrogen levels of our female population, which we can get into another time. But I implore you to use as little plastic and dispose of as little plastic as possible. Another question we get asked all the time about pillar number 2, water, is, well, how about the water in coffee? How about the water in soda pop? Does that count as my daily water intake? I could not urge you more to drink nothing other than water. A cup of coffee a day is fine. That's never going to kill anybody. True herbal teas, not a lot of the commercial garbage you can buy in the grocery stores, but a true herbal tea is really all you should be drinking. Soda pop, especially with aspartame, is extremely harmful to your health. It leaches phosphates out of your bones. High fructose corn syrup could perhaps be the number one toxin in the marketplace today. Far, far worse than any tobacco, and it's doing far worse health to our society than any tobacco company has ever done. So I strongly urge you to wean yourself from those drinks. If you have a problem with soda, and I say that, I don't say that in jest, many people are hooked on soft drinks, especially diet soft drinks, because aspartame has some addicting properties in and of itself, and other artificial flavors as well. I know people that drink 8, 12 of them a day. Try carbonated water with lemon and lime in it, squeeze lemon and lime in it, and take maybe just a teaspoon or teaspoon and a half of sugar. Now, a lot of my pundits and peers in the alternative health world are screeching right now because I mentioned the word sugar. Friend, our mantra is simple, balanced health. If you're drinking 4 or 5 cans of pop per day, which totally would contain about 125 teaspoons of sugar, and I'm asking you to take 1 or 2 and put it in your carbonated water with lemon and lime just to kind of wean you off of that process, you're still, at the end of the day, better off. So know that does not count in your water intake, and try and avoid those things. Now, how do you know if you had too much water? What's a good gauge? Just gauge your urine. Your urine should be anywhere from a very slight yellow to clear. When your urine becomes perfectly clear and you're urinating frequently, once an hour and a half, and it's clear, that's an indication that you are processing too much fluid, you're overworking your kidneys, and again, too much water can cause an electrolyte imbalance and wreak havoc on your health. The last thing, before I close on pillar number 2, is to talk about quickly the water content that is involved with real food. By real food, I'm talking about fruits and vegetables. High water content foods contain water because those grow in the ground where our water supply runs through the water tables from our main water arteries, our main water supplies. So you will always get plenty of water also from eating dark green leafy vegetables and fruits, and really anything that that grows and contains phytochemicals. So that is pillar number 2. We're going to move on to pillar number 3. I'm going to remind you, as I always do, though, to take the Kylea Health Quiz. That's a 35-40 question quiz, absolutely no charge. The answers will provide you a lot of information and some helpful solutions toward your road to better health. We'll see you for pillar number 3. In the meantime, have a good one.